Chris Combs, the beloved brother of Amy and Tammy Slaton from 1000 LB Sisters, has suddenly vanished, and the mystery surrounding his disappearance has shaken fans like never before. In 2025, what began as small whispers of concern has spiraled into one of the most shocking storylines in TLC history. What happened to Chris? Why has he disappeared from both the show and social media? And why did his wife Brittany cry out, "Something terrible happened," a phrase that has haunted viewers ever since? For longtime fans, Chris was more than just a side character. He quickly became one of the most relatable and respected members of the Slaton family. While Amy's chaotic journey into motherhood and Tammy's dramatic weight loss struggles often dominated headlines, Chris was the steady anchor. With his quick wit, no-nonsense attitude, and protective heart, he offered viewers a rare blend of humor and grounded reality. He wasn't trying to be a star, he was just a regular man fighting to improve his health, support his sisters, and hold his family together. That made him the everyman of the series, and in many ways, the emotional backbone of the show. That's why his sudden disappearance has rattled fans to their core. When Season 8 of 1000 LB Sisters premiered in early 2025, viewers immediately noticed Chris was nowhere to be seen. At first, excuses came easily. Maybe he was busy. Maybe TLC was saving him for later episodes. But as weeks passed, the reality became undeniable. Chris wasn't on the show at all. Even more alarming, his once active social media accounts went completely dark. Gone were the goofy posts, the family selfies, and the updates on his health journey. Instead, there was silence. The silence only grew louder after his wife Brittany, usually private compared to her outspoken sisters-in-law, had an emotional outburst that sent shockwaves through the fanbase. According to multiple reports, Brittany shouted the chilling words, "Something terrible happened." The statement was short but devastating. Fans dissected every syllable, wondering what she meant. Was it a medical emergency, a family tragedy, something even darker? Whatever the truth, Brittany's anguish seemed raw and undeniable, and it changed the tone of the conversation overnight. From that moment on, speculation spiraled. Some fans fear the worst, that Chris suffered a severe medical crisis. His health has always been a central theme of his story. While he lost significant weight and successfully underwent bariatric surgery, doctors have long warned that the battle doesn't end after the operation. Patients face lifelong risks, from malnutrition to heart problems, and must maintain strict diet and exercise routines. Chris himself admitted at times that keeping the weight off was harder than he imagined. Could he have collapsed under the pressure? Could Brittany's cry have been a desperate response to a health emergency that TLC hasn't disclosed? Others believe the mystery goes deeper. Over the years, TLC has faced accusations of covering up scandals and editing storylines to protect the network's image. Some fans suspect a falling out between Chris and producers, perhaps over contracts, pay, or the way the family was being portrayed. Could his disappearance be the result of a behind-the-scenes battle? If so, Brittany's anguished scream might have been her way of signaling that the truth is being hidden. Still others suggest that something far more personal may have happened. A devastating family tragedy, a financial crisis, or even a private loss unrelated to the cameras. Brittany's words, "something terrible," struck fans as permanent and life-altering, not temporary. To many, it sounded like the kind of pain that changes everything. Fans have been piecing together clues like detectives. Chris's last Instagram post from late 2024, a simple photo with Brittany captioned "one step at a time," now feels haunting in hindsight. At the time, it seemed like a normal update. But after his disappearance, many see it as cryptic, even like a final message. Soon after that post, he began missing from family holiday photos. At Christmas, he wasn't there. By early 2025, his absence was glaring. On the show itself, sharp-eyed viewers have pointed out awkward editing choices. Scenes where Chris would normally appear, family whimsies, cookouts, or group conversations felt cut short. Some speculate TLC deliberately removed him from footage after something happened. Others believe producers are using old clips and filler footage to disguise the gap. The result has only fueled suspicion that something serious is being hidden. Meanwhile, Brittany's silence after her outburst has deepened the mystery. If Chris was simply sick or stepping away from the cameras, why not clarify? In the past, the Slatons have been open about health struggles, even asking fans for prayers. This time, there's nothing, no updates, no reassurance, just silence. That vacuum has become the breeding ground for endless theories. A family feud? Did Chris and Brittany clash with TLC or even the Slaton sisters themselves? Some believe his disappearance could be an attempt to protect his marriage and mental health. A TLC cover-up. The network has been accused before of hiding unflattering truths. Could Chris's absence be tied to something the producers don't want the public to know? A personal disaster. Others think Brittany's words may not be about Chris at all but a larger family tragedy. One too painful to share. What makes the situation even more haunting is how different it feels. Reality TV is no stranger to drama, but fans say this doesn't feel staged. This doesn't feel like a storyline or cliffhanger. It feels real, genuine, and terrifying. Chris's journey makes his disappearance all the more tragic. From the start, he stood apart because of his discipline and determination. Where Tammy often resisted change and Amy struggled with motherhood and fame, Chris kept his focus on one goal: living long enough for his family. His victories, stepping on the scale, qualifying for surgery, dropping weight weren't just his, they were symbolic wins for everyone watching who wanted to believe in second chances. Losing Chris, even temporarily, feels like losing the heart of the show. As weeks turn into months, fans are left clinging to fragments. His last cryptic post, his missing seat at the holiday table, the edits that erase him from the screen, and Brittany's heartbreaking words. Instead of answers, the silence from TLC has only intensified the pain. Each day without news feels heavier, more ominous, as if confirming that the truth is too dark to reveal. Right now, Chris Combs's disappearance is more than just another mystery in the 1000 LB Sisters universe. It's a chilling reminder of how quickly a beloved figure can vanish without explanation, leaving only questions, fear, and grief in their place. Fans aren't just curious anymore, they're afraid. And until the silence is broken, Chris's absence will remain one of the most disturbing and unforgettable mysteries in TLC history.